Well, hello, my name is Everett. I'm the Jeep driving preacher, and just wanted to create this introduction video to let you know a little bit about who I am and the purpose of this channel. The purpose that I have in mind for this channel is to talk about Jesus, talk about Jeeps, and talk about other things. Jesus, Jeeps, and stuff is kind of my tagline for that. And I want to start off by just kind of letting you know a little bit about who I am. My family and I, we moved to South Dakota just over 4 years ago, back in 2018, where I now serve as a pastor of a church. I also serve part-time in some denominational work within the Dakotas. And really enjoyed our time in the Dakotas so far, and looking forward to many, many years of service here. We got our first Jeep just before we moved. It was a red YJ, made in 1995. We've made a couple adjustments to it. I'll do some walkarounds of both of the Jeeps at some point in the very near future. But that was our first Jeep, and kind of really started to enjoy the process of driving a Jeep. We had a couple friends that had Jeeps, and enjoyed riding along with them, even just driving the streets in town. So when we got our YJ, it was quite the adventure. We have named the YJ Allen. The primary reason for that is because the YJ is the body style that was used in Jurassic Park, and Allen is named after Dr. Alan Grant. That was the decision of our son, and so it just kind of stuck. There's been a couple of times when I've worked on that Jeep that I've wanted to rename it Sensei Crease or something like that because of all the bloody knuckles I kept getting while working on it. We have the 95 YJ. We also, just a little bit over a year ago, we purchased a 2015 Jeep Wrangler JKU Sahara. Her name is Weiss. And the idea of naming this one Weiss is because she's white, and Weiss, or Weiss, is the German word for white. And really looking at this idea of how we transition from being dirty with sin, and the Lord making us white as snow through forgiveness in Jesus Christ. So that's why she has the name Weiss. I serve as the president for the South Dakota chapter of the Christian Jeep Association. We're also part of the Flatland Jeep Group out of Aberdeen, and I also interact with a few other Jeep groups: Dakota Wheeling, the North Dakota Flatlanders, and the Black Hills Jeep groups. There's another one, but the name is escaping me at this point. But we interact with them just a little bit, mostly with the folks out of Aberdeen. We tend to go to Aberdeen quite a bit, so it's cool to hang out with them. If you're at all interested, some of my background, we've been serving here in the Dakotas now for 4 years, a little over. Prior to that, I served in a role of safety and security for 8 years. My education, I have an associate's degree in law enforcement. I have a bachelor's degree in Christian ministry with an emphasis in pastoral ministry. I have a master's degree in theological studies with an emphasis in church planting. And I also have a master of corporate security leadership. My goal in all of that, the whole reason to share that is, learning is great, learning is cool, but if it's not being applied, if it's not being used, if it's not being shared, it's just worthless. It's a waste of money. So some of my goals with this channel is to also include some church security related topics. One of the things I've done in the past year is I've developed a active intruder response program for churches. I want to share a little bit about that in some coming videos. But just for today, this is just an introduction. So I hope that you stick around. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, do so. That helps the algorithms. Share the video, comment on the video, even if it's just a, hey, how's it going? Or I don't like your hair, or whatever. It's all good. and I hope to engage with you as we move forward with videos on this channel. But right now, I just want to say thank you for coming over. Thank you for checking out the channel. Thank you for subscribing if you've already subscribed. Thank you for subscribing if you will subscribe. And just stick around. We'll have some different content coming up. I have a video that I'm working on for some church security related stuff here actually today is Friday the 13th. And tomorrow, the plan is to go up and interact with some folks from the North Dakota Flatlands group and go play in our Jeeps for a little bit. So I should have some content from that as well. So again, thank you for checking out the channel, and hope you stick around. Hope you enjoy what we get to share through this experience.